Check, check. Hello. Okay, so today we're gonna be trying to cook up a Gunna type beat, something that's really kind of atmospheric, really melodic, with some piano, some guitars, maybe some flute. And Gunna's got his new album coming out. The Last WUN should be coming out any day now. And given the role he's been on over the past couple of years, just want to try to make a beat that's inspired by him, and make something that would have a nice Gunna flow to it. So we're just gonna jump in and check something out here. So we're gonna first go to like 125, and I did just get a new computer here, so I'm working with kind of limited sounds at the moment, but I was able to get output in arcade up here. And so let's see if there's a guitar instrument. So these were some that I was just playing with earlier. One thing that I really like is using the instruments section. So a lot of people use arcade just as a sampler, but if you actually go to the instruments, then you can actually play out your own chords using these sounds, and we can, they just make some really cool instruments. So this was the first one that they had, and I already tested that, but let's try to find something else here. All right, let's try something like that. Gunna always has that vibe where he's like floating in all his tracks, so we're gonna try to go for that vibe here. Okay, so let's get this open. I don't know what I just hit there. So it doesn't really sound like a guitar at all, but it sounds pretty cool. So we're gonna go with this. So basically the most well-known Gunna progression is starting at the 1, so we'll be in A minor, so the 1, the 6, 7. So not like that, like this. And so we're just gonna try to get that recorded in here first, and we'll go ahead and play with that. All right, let's bring that up and let's edit that out. So we're just gonna quantize it all because we're gonna change it a little later. Extend those out. And then of course he kind of plays them more like chords than or plays them more like notes of a chord, like arpeggiated. So we're gonna try that. let's try to get that copied over. We're just gonna mess with these velocities a little bit. These top notes, I want them to be a little less aggressive. And already that's kind of that Gunna vibe. Let's maybe duplicate these bass notes. Yeah. Just take out some of those high frequencies and some of those really muddy ones. All right, let's try to find a nice sound to layer that with. This one looks kind of cool. Just try to layer those two together, see what that sounds like. Trying to move it all down, see if that's too low. Take out the bass notes for this instrument. That's already sounding pretty nice. Again, I just keep thinking of floating. Like Gunna, his beats, they're just floating. I don't know how else to describe it. That's kind of the vibe we're going for. Let's bring up another arcade. This time let's try to find one of the guitars to give a top line melody. Or maybe a flute. Nothing, no guitar, just flute. This one. I'm just gonna turn these velocities down a little bit so it's a little more quiet. Need the snare to come in now. Maybe just cut out some of those high frequencies. And just kind of sit that in the background. So it's not as stabby sounding. I will come back and add some more, maybe some vocal chops and stuff, but next thing I'm hearing is having a clap come in. Okay, let's just get that recorded in. All right, let's get a hi-hat in here. Again, we're just going to keep it simple here. It's really the key to these Gunna beats, to be completely honest. This Gunna just has the magic voice. You just want to give him a beat that he can do his thing on. One of these 808s in. Going to quantize that. Again, we're just using the bass notes of the chords here. Not the hardest hitting 808, but that's fine. We'll go ahead and add a kick on top of that. All right, let's just move it out a little bit, get a little bit of arranging here. All right, so that's pretty much it. We're just going to keep it there. Again, so we just have a main chorus here, main chords. Again, those chords were A, F, and G. We just have those layered, and then one, top melody there, and drums. Just 7 tracks, just keeping it simple. And let me know what you guys think. All I got today, guys. Let me know what you think. Maybe next time I'm gonna do a drill beat, so stay tuned for that. Catch you guys next time. Peace.